Good afternoon. My name is Alfredo Garcia. I go by Freddie normally. I'm a senior at UC San Diego. I will be finishing this coming June of 2013 with the BA in Media Studies with a photography focus and a BA in Art History. I'm applying for the Investment Advisors Trainee and Sales Associate position at Pacific Sotheby's with you guys. Um, so basically, I started retail when I was 18 years old. I started in sales. It was always something that I guess I was geared toward. I liked shopping, so I thought it'd be good to utilize the discount as a teenager. You're just graduating from high school, so why not? But so my first position, ended up being offered a lead job, which is basically just below a sales or an assistant manager, just below them. But I kind of decided that that wasn't really something that I wanted to get myself into because most people that I had seen do that, even if they had started in college, they usually dropped out because they just kind of got comfortable with the money, which is not something I ever wanted to happen to me. But I was in community college at the time, so I decided just to I was there for about a year before they offered me that job. So at a year mark, I ended up moving to a different clothing company where the same thing kind of happened, but I was there for about 2 years. They ended up offering me an assistant sales or assistant manager position, so it's a bit higher than the other job. But still, retail wasn't something that I wanted to stay in. I mean, I like clothing, but it's not something I would want to stay in forever. So from there, I ended up going to a public library. Actually, I decided to kind of switch it up because I felt like, as far as retail, I mean, I knew that I was good at selling. I was one of the top sellers. Um, so I kind of wanted to do something in a bit more of a professional setting, I suppose. So I went to work at the public library. I worked circulation desk, and I basically just helped any patrons that had any questions with anything. Um, Standard library procedures, I just had to memorize a lot of information. It's a lot of administrative work, so I think it was definitely a good experience as far as doing the paperwork. Um, when I was at the retail locations, I was never really on the phone, but when I was at the library, that was a very large part of my job. So I definitely got a lot of phone experience with that. But I'm a very personable person. I mean, I know when I was selling clothes, I was always complimented. I was, like I said, I was a top earner, I was a top seller. The library wasn't so much, there wasn't really competition because I mean it's a nonprofit organization. So our main focus was to help our client, or was to help the patrons of the library, which I didn't mind. I mean, it was a much slower pace than doing retail. So I was there for about 2.5 years, and then I transferred to UC San Diego. I'm born and raised in San Diego, but I transferred to UCSD, and then just to kind of focus on my studies, I stopped working for about a year. Um, that summer, I studied in Berlin for a bit, and then I backpacked through Europe for about a total of 3 months, everything. And I think that was definitely a very large part of what has made me who I am now. Um, I'm I know when to be professional. I know when to be business oriented, and I think it's very important to sort of separate the two. When I came back from Europe, I was just a very different mindset, and that has definitely helped me to progress to being who I am, essentially. But upon coming back from my trip, about 2 weeks, I'd say later on, there's a local nightclub. It's pretty high. It's a pretty high volume club. The general manager asked me if I would be interested in trying their VIP coordinator and bottle service position, which is basically just taking care of VIP clientele. If we have performers coming in, a lot of times we hire, singers, musicians, just personalities to come in. I'm pretty much liaison between them and the club. I walk them in. I make sure that they're getting everything that they need. As far as bottle service is concerned, I am in charge of booking our VIP events. So if we have an upstairs room, and then we have a downstairs. It's like 3 sections, so I'm pretty much in charge of always scheduling all of that. I'm pretty much available to my clients 24/7, so, all week, 2 hours a day, 7 days a week. I know that it's very important to make them feel like they are special, which is I mean, that is something that I've, I guess, mastered in my jobs. So that, I don't know, like that sort of client relationship is important to me because they're the ones putting money in my pocket and in institutions' pockets. Um, I've been interested in real estate since I was my early teens. I was pre-incorporated in the purchasing and flipping of two family homes. Um,